Good morning, Johny. Listen back here, yeah. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Well, you weren't, because the soldiers was there. And then when the stone was rolled away by the angels in heaven, and this great noise come, our Saviour was rising from the dead Easter Sunday morning. They went as white as ghosts and ran like jackrabbits. And Caiaphas said to them, I thought you was guarding the tomb to stop the apostles doing that. Oh, we got a terrible fright. The stone was rolled, the big rock was rolled away. We couldn't believe it. A noise come from heaven. And I said, well, say no more. We'll reward you for. And they say nothing about it. But they took the 30 pieces of silver like Judas. And so this is what evil people do. Hide the truth. But it comes out, doesn't it? We know all about it. Mary Magdalene and a few ladies went to the tomb to put ointment on our Saviour, and Mary went in. No sign of Jesus. She came out crying. Jesus isn't there. Where have they put him? Well, so we can go and get him. And then what looked to be the gardener was Jesus. Mary, he says, don't cry. Oh, Mary lit up. That joy that surpasses all. And Jesus said, tell the apostles what you've seen. And two disciples on the road to Emmaus with faces long as a wet week. Oh, glum as you like. And a stranger joined them, and he said, oh, what's wrong with you? He says, look awful. As if you saw a ghost. And I said, you're the only one around that doesn't know what after happened. What's happened? Jesus, our Saviour, crucified. We're lost. We don't know who's going to guide us now. So the stranger spoke about the scriptures and all the rest of it. And the glumness and the sadness lifted. And they were smiling before you could say Jack Robinson. They wouldn't whistle, but boy, they were delighted with this stranger. And as they walked along, it was coming evening. And the stranger looked as he was going on and said, hold on, it's getting late. Come and join us and have something to eat. And then you can continue your journey tomorrow. So we're all right to say, said Jesus. It didn't make a noise, of course. But at the breaking of the bread, they recognised him. And Jesus disappeared. But what did they do? Third knowledge, they were back to Jerusalem and told the apostles. Did the apostles believe? I'm afraid not. And they didn't believe Mary Magdalene. When Jesus appeared to them, he said, you are very remiss to do that. Yeah. He chastised them. He showed them the rules. And then Thomas, another doubting lad, wouldn't believe Sarah. Jesus said, right, had risen from the dead, unless he could touch his wounds. So when Thomas was there later on, some days later, Jesus said, "Put your hands here," and Thomas did. Fell to his knees, saying, "My Lord, my God." And Jesus looked at him and said, "Thomas, you believe because you've seen. Blessed all that those that haven't seen and believe," and that's the rest of us doing the centuries. We believe and shed many a tear. So there you are. I always like to tell you a bit of story about it. Bye now, and enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll do the usual this evening. We'll be in a different venue. Say no more.